Well, hey folks, my name is Brad. If you're new to my channel, here in Vermont in the wintertime, it's pretty impossible to get out metal detecting, so I'm only posting treasure hunting videos every other week, and this week happens to be a vlog, and a very special, different vlog than usual. I've actually been filming a ton down here in the workshop and little adventures out with my family, but all of that footage is going to have to wait for the next one, because just recently I've been posting on the Green Mountain Facebook page every day. Photos, shorts, full videos. And a couple days ago I posted a photo of Eddie and I from our Finding the Vault of DeGraw series, and all of the comments were saying, "Where's Eddie? Where has Eddie been? What has he been up to?" And well, Eddie just returned from a trip abroad, an incredible trip, and he's coming here a little bit later today to tell me and you all about it, and that's all this video is going to be, Eddie's trip. So hopefully I'll see you next week for a metal detecting video, and then the next week after for all of this other stuff I've been filming. Hopefully you enjoy. See you next week.
Is it live?
It's live.
Do I start? I don't know what to...
So Eddie went on the adventure of a lifetime, and I don't know anything about it, so as folks hear about this, I will be also hearing about it for the first time. So let me tell the audience what I know, is that Eddie told me months ago, I'm going to the Amazon. Ecuador, right?
Yeah, Ecuador.
You went on a riverboat.
Mm-hmm.
You explored the jungle.
Yes.
You interacted with piranhas in some way.
Yeah, all fair to say.
Okay, so start from the beginning.
We started in the nation's capital in Ecuador, in Quito, explore the city and whatever. That was, that was neat. But yeah, it really started when we got to the jungle. We were on a ship going down the Napo River. Stop at native villages, we'd stop and trailheads and just go walking through the jungle.
So back up, so you stopped at native villages.
We did, yeah.
So when you say native village, you mean like they're like running around in primitive clothing, or
no, it's
okay.
not like you'd think,
Okay.
actually. I mean, they're in thatch huts, like legit. They're like in shorts and t-shirts. It's not like what you think with like the, towels and stuff.
But not, are they wearing what you've got on right now, Eddie?
Well, actually, so not in the Amazon region in Ecuador, and more of the Andes region. This is the traditional clothing.
Really?
These llama wool ponchos and among other things.
And they have llamas all over the
llamas all over. Yeah. When we're in Quito, we were at about 8,500 feet elevation.
Whoa.
Yeah, the elevation took a lot for some to adjust to. My girlfriend, actually, we took a ski lift up to the top of a volcano. She said she was seeing black. She's like,
what?
I'm seeing black right now. I think I'm gonna pass out. And the guy's like, we should go down. We should go down. Like,
did they offer you to chew the coca leaves?
it's actually, well, at first we were told it's illegal there.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't interested in the first place,
yeah.
because like if I came back here and for any reason take a drug test, it's gonna be positive for cocaine.
Is that right?
It is. Yeah.
So for folks who don't know, I have a very cursory knowledge of it. High elevation, there's a sickness, right?
Yeah.
That you can get, and chewing on cocoa leaves relieves that to some extent.
It is. Yeah, a lot of the natives do it in the South America. They make a cocoa tea out of it and everything. And
interesting.
Yeah, it's very big scene. But no, we didn't have any of that. We didn't see any of it in
really?
Quito at all, actually. But no, it was insane. Yeah, the village life was just amazing. Just going through like their farms. It's so different than us, In the United States, you have like a whole field of corn, a whole, orchard of apples, but they have it like there's a yucca tree, there's a cacao over here, and like they break it all up, and bananas here, and dragon fruit here.
So
it's
bananas.
all different. Oh yes, many bananas there. It was insane, the bananas they had there.
It must have been heaven.
The plantains were fantastic.
Oh,
they
yeah?
had, yeah, we went on a night jungle walk one time, and I saw there was a massive hand of, it looked like bananas, but it was off. They were like tiny.
Yeah.
And I had a guide. I'm like, guide, what is this? What? I need answers. Like, get over, and it had a beautiful flower at the end. He goes, the finger bananas.
Yeah?
The finger bananas.
Did you get to
safe
partake?
to eat? Oh, it was like way like 50 feet up there. I was like, can we get it? You know, I was hoping maybe he'd offer to climb up, but he's like, you know. Internet non-existent. It was total disconnection.
Wow.
Which was nice, actually. Disconnecting was really nice. Now, I knew nothing what was going on at home.
Right.
There was no Wi-Fi. I didn't pay for an international plan or anything. My girlfriend did, and she still had no service the entire one. Except
Probably not a lot of cell towers in the Amazon jungle.
no, she had it one brief time. We went by a naval base. That was it. But yeah, it was just me and my machete out in the jungle.
So, okay, so before you left, we had a conversation, like the day before you left, we were having a conversation. We were just filming for the new series.
Mm-hmm.
We were saying our goodbyes, and you had said that you wanted to bring a machete.
I did bring a machete, though.
You brought a machete.
I brought a machete, yeah.
And they're like, hey, nice machete. Did you bring that yourself?
Well, at first, I didn't take it out for the first couple treks. I was feeling it out.
Yeah.
There were some very well-maintained trails. The first couple days we were easing in, and I'm like, all right, maybe I don't need it. I left it in the bag. But I think it was on the third or fourth jungle excursion, we were, like, out there.
Yeah.
And there was the trail. It was, like, every step. One person had ants all over them, I guess. I was from a leaf. And I even said to the guy, I'm like, hey, why don't you bring a machete out here? I feel like, isn't that what, like, I see all the locals here have just a machete. Why don't you? Yeah, it used to freak out some of the guests, so I don't do it. What? Like, this is the time who's freaked out? Oh, he goes, yeah, I'd just rather not. I'm like, listen, I brought a machete. Is it cool if I just bring it? Oh, that'd be terrific. You should definitely do that. Like,
Really?
Every day after that, yeah, every day after that. But it was kind of ironic because most days we never went to a bad trail like that again. So it was more for the photo ops and stuff.
Right.
And yeah, a couple times it was nice to have. But like for the regular people going through there routinely, like you need it.
Yeah. Tell me about the piranhas.
Yeah, the piranhas. Yeah, we went piranha fishing a couple days.
Oh, you went fishing for them.
Yeah, yeah. We didn't catch a lot personally.
Yeah.
But the guy in the front of the boat seemed to have the sweet spot. He pulled out like 3 of them.
Did he like throw in his wife or something?
Yeah, raw beef, juicy raw beef.
Yeah.
They threw in.
Yeah.
He got him up, and you know after we got him off the hook, you could see the teeth and
Right.
up close, and they weren't as big as I thought. Really.
Were they the red-bellied or were they something else?
Well, we caught the silver piranha the first fishing trip. Only
Yeah.
one of them. Then we caught 3 red-bellied. Yeah, the last day.
Did you guys eat them?
No, actually.
No, you just let them go?
I guess so. I was disappointed. I said I really want to try piranha, but I thought it was a good sized fish. Like, no, that's only a snack. We'd only take in a couple big ones, you know, that would feed the whole ship.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Those are out here too? Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
On one day, too, my girlfriend said I was crazy and half the group, but one day we went out for this really long jungle hike out there. We're out spotting red howler monkeys, and which are terrifying, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
If you ever hear them, it's
Yeah.
not like a ooh, ooh, ah, ah, like you think. They're like a
Really?
like it. If you don't know what it is, you'd probably just run because they sound terrifying. But we were out all day, like looking at all the wildlife and exploring some cool, like native medicinal plants. And we got back. It was such a hot day, and we were at this place called Piranha Lake in their language. And they offered and said, "Anyone want to go swimming?" And I was kind of looking around. And I'm like, really? I could? And it's like, yeah, you could. That'd be fine. I'm like, really? Like anyone else? And one guy's like, I guess I'll go. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, let's go swimming, man, you know. And it was, we went right to the middle of Piranha Lake. And he's like, for the most part, you should be fine. Try not to get your feet down.
Encouraging.
Don't dive. He said, don't like kick your feet around excessively. Just kind of float flat and hang out at the surface. You'll be fine. I'm like, yeah, just like that. Should I hang on to the boat? He's like, you don't need to. I didn't trust him enough. I was like in there floating, holding onto the boat, like, no, I'm holding the boat.
Wow.
But then I was feeling good. I'm like, okay, you know, so I'm going flat, just kind of like this, same with my leg, and then boom on my hand, and I freaked out, and I go back. I was like in the water, like, oh my god, and they're like, what's going on? They're like, grab me, I'm like, oh. And they look, and I saw the guy swimming in front. I'm like, oh dude, I think your leg tapped my hand. It's like, yeah, that was my foot. It's like, I got so scared for a minute. And That's all it was.
amazing.
Yeah, no, it was great. It felt great. I have no regrets going in. There was one night my girlfriend had like a panic attack too. So they'd offer some night excursions that were like, it was optional. A lot of people didn't go.
Yeah.
We went on every one.
Right.
I wanted to
Of course.
see it all.
I mean, you're
so
down there.
I want to see it all. Sometimes we'd just be in a boat looking for caimans out on the shores and
Caimans?
stuff. And oh yeah, caimans. And sometimes we'd also just dock on a random trail and like, let's go for a night walk, see the species at night that are out. And we'd be walking, see stuff, and there was like a mulch laid out, which, you know, was nice and clear, and we're walking on, we're looking at frogs on the side, and finally we look down. There is a tarantula. Almost every step, there's black holes everywhere. If you I shine my light across, and it's just black holes, and most of them you see these hairy legs hanging out of, and you take a step closer, they're
And they
going
suck back
in.
in.
Some of them just like right across it, and they're like everywhere. So my girlfriend's freaking out. She's like very arachnophobia.
Sure.
Every step, she's like, she's like won't stop looking down. I'm like, hey, relax. They don't want to have anything to do with us. They're running away. Just look at the trees. I tried to comfort her and get down real close in my light. Like, look, they're only every couple steps. But as I looked at the mulch we were walking through,
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. You take one step, and just these baby, tiny spiders. I'm not even exaggerating. At least tens of thousands of them in this little stretch of trail. Just every step, they're just everywhere. So I try to keep my stuff together. Then I see she noticed, because she's like, I noticed she's stepping in place, and everyone's looking back like, you okay back there? She's like, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. We need to get back to the ship. We need to get back. And I'm like, hey, about those bananas. And she's like, we need to go. Like, okay, let's go. And I got the whole thing on camera. It was a tough night.
It's too bad for her.
Yeah.
So I had heard a stat that half of all of the people who have ever lived on the earth have died of malaria. Have you ever heard that stat before?
Never.
It's killed so many people
Oh.
since the beginning of time. And it's down there, right? There's a malaria medication that you can take ahead of time, though.
I did take that.
The
Yeah.
malaria one
We
you did.
consulted a travel doctor, and a couple days before we even got on the plane, we started taking it. And we're still taking it, actually. I think we have a couple more days to
Really?
go. You take it through. Yeah, it's supposed to help build immunity against it, because inevitably, yeah, just bugs everywhere. But, you know, it wasn't as bad as you'd think, actually. The mosquitoes were relatively under control. I also
Really?
wore all long sleeve
Oh,
everything, and I had like a smock cover on my neck, and, you know.
Bug spray?
Yeah, I brought my, 99%
They didn't offer
DEET
any?
spray. No, they didn't
I would be
offer
curious what they would offer.
any. A lot of them didn't even wear bug spray.
Wow.
None of the guides did.
Really?
None of them, yeah. A lot of our group didn't even. Well, some of them are complaining about us, and we're like, oh, the guides, stop, I smell a wild pig. You guys smell, and they're all complaining, all I smell is DEET. I'm like walking behind me. I'm like, sorry, buddy, you can go ahead. Yeah.
I would have the Thermacell, I'd have the DEET, I'd have all of that stuff.
Yeah. I just put the DEET on my clothing, and I just wore long sleeves, and I was good.
Yeah. Did they talk about malaria or Zika or yellow fever or any of that stuff?
Nobody just
mentioned
those.
it.
I didn't hear that at all the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. I
They didn't
feel
care?
okay. I didn't really feel like I got bitten up excessively.
Yeah.
There's been times you and I have been out metal detecting, and I've been more bugged out than down there. It wasn't really
Crazy.
that bad, but I was covered up too.
Yeah. Interesting.
Our boat broke down once.
What?
Yes. Yeah, we were
The big fancy boat?
No, we
Oh,
were
no.
departing the big fancy boat on an airboat. That's how we'd approach most of the sandbars and stuff we'd disembark from. We'd all load up on this, and so the big fancy boat was sailing, and we departed on this one, and we're supposed to go off. Fire up the engines, we go a little, and then just choo, 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 choo. Each had 2 engines on it, and one of them just died. And this other one apparently was significantly weaker, and we were barely going against the current. So they had like alarms and flashing lights, and they were trying to signal the ship, and we are like, oh,
Was
it's
the
okay.
ship upriver?
Yeah, it was actively traveling, but we were close enough. We're turning it on, like, all right, we'll just tell the ship, and and they were going back and forth. They weren't even speaking Spanish; they're speaking Quechua. But you can tell like something's going on. I wasn't really too concerned because ship's right there, and ship kept going though, kept going, and their alarms were louder and louder and longer they were doing it, and just sounds like a car alarm going off.
Your boat's alarms?
Our boat, yeah, the little boat had like a car alarm, should signal them. And at one point, the guide, someone's like, "What's going on? What's happening?" Panicked, and the guide was visibly frustrated. He goes, "They know we're not where we're supposed to be, and they're still sailing!" And he goes back speaking in Quechua. We're like, and one guy was like, "I'm having a panic attack. I'm having a panic attack." And the guy in the motor there doesn't even speak English, so everyone's like, "Sir, what's happening?" And he's like, "Ugh." Like, so real quick, the guy who was operating the motors hopped out, like tied off to some tree, and just was talking to some of the village at a random village. He was talking to them, and then he just runs off into the jungle. Like, where's he going? What? And the guys are like, "Guys, it's okay. He's gonna go figure it out." But where's he going? So he sat there for like 30 minutes, silent. We're like, "What's going on? Okay?" And he's like, "He's been gone a while." So then he just hops off the boat and starts pushing it.
Isn't that the plot of Green Inferno?
Right? Eventually, the guy who operated the motor comes down on a different boat from our main ship, and we're asking him what happened, and apparently he ran through the jungle, like up the shore, and caught the main ship and flagged them down somehow.
Wow.
And he got picked up by them and then grabbed the other boat off our ship. Came back to us, and they tried to tie the ships together and like tow it back. Yeah. Couldn't do it. With the dead weight, we again like lost in the current. So all while in the middle of the river, they're like, "All right, everyone hop on this ship. Just hop on." We had to hop over to the other little boat, and they went and tied it off somewhere on the shore and came back for it later.
Wow, what a hero.
I know, I couldn't thank this guy enough. He was in Crocs and ran through the jungle to flag him down. Crocs? He was in Crocs,
Jungle footwear Crocs.
Yeah. I didn't even know how he flagged down the ship. Like, what happened? I tried asking him on the ship, like, "Did you guys hear the alarms? What happened?" "Oh, no one heard, no one knew. We're so sorry, so sorry." I'm like,
incredible.
Like, it's like people were like legit having a panic attack. What are we gonna do?
What an adventure, Eddie.
It was the trip of a lifetime.
And you said that you took 12 hours of footage.
12 hours of footage.
And we won't tease anything yet, but you're contemplating maybe making some videos yourself personally of this crazy adventure.
I definitely want to.
And whenever that happens, we'll let everybody who might be watching this know where to see all that stuff.
Yeah, no, I'd love to share it. It was such a great adventure. Everyone should go.
Well, thanks for sharing your stories, Eddie.
Oh yeah, it's been a blast.